Alright, so we're going to start on that B7 again. So hopefully now I'll be able to go a little bit quicker with some of the chord names and not have to re-explain. If you start from the first video, stuff will start to seem familiar, and that's the way I do my one-to-one lessons. You know, I don't want to spoon feed too much because I want you to get better. So B7, we're going to do that same roll we've already done, then the B string again, okay? Now we're going to go to the E minor like we did before, but with the second and the third fingers this time. Rather than the first and the second, we're going to put the second and the third on, okay? And we're going to play the E, the G, the B, and the E. And then the thumb is going to take a pause, and it's going to come over to the A and just play that string, which will be the second fret. Okay? What we're going to do now, we're going to leave the second finger on, and we're going to take the third, first, and fourth fingers, and we're basically going to put a D7 chord on up here. Okay? So if I move that out of the way so you can see, what you've got is your index finger on fret 1 of the B string, your third finger on fret 2 of the G, and your pinky finger on fret 2 of the E string, and that's going to stay on the second fret of the A where it was. You're now going to play the E, the G, the B, and the E again, and then you're going to play the A string again, okay? Quite a dark chord there, I like it. So we're going to go E minor, A, shift these up to a D7 shape. You got that E and the A string second fret in the bass again, okay? Then with your pinky, you're going to quickly move it to the third fret of the E, and we're going to do that slide like we did in the intro, up to the 5th fret, okay? So from here, it's quite quick, just that E string. Then you're going to bring that back to the 3rd fret of the E, okay? And you're going to strum, you're going to pinch the E, the G, the B, and the E again. And then do the A. So it's the same pattern with a little bit of a slide in the middle. So we've got E minor, change shape, slide, back to the 3rd fret with the pinky, and that E minor with the 1st and 2nd fingers this time. Okay, now we're going to do something that we've already done. So if I say to you E sus shape, followed by your B7, 2 rolls, and then your open B again, that should be something that you now know, okay? So again, to recap, we'll go back to the E minor, same thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the pinky on the 2nd fret of the E. I'm going to squeeze it in there and play it on its own. And then we're going to move to the 3rd fret. And as we do that, we're going to put the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and we're going to play those two at the same time, so D and E. Thumb on the D, 3rd finger on the E. So then you're going to play the B open, and you're going to play that 3rd fret again and pull off. So this is very similar, like I said, to the introduction. It's just got a few more root notes in it, it's slightly more complicated, but in principle the high melody is the same, okay? That's how it should sound. So one more time, we've got the E minor, thumb on the A, 2nd fret of the E with the pinky, move it to the 3rd fret, but before you play you've got to put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and the open B, and then pull off that pinky to open. And then we're going to do that thing where we slide up with the pinky to the 7th fret, and then we're going to strum the A string, the A to the E. Okay, and then what I do, I do the thumb on the D, and then the thumb on the A, and then I do 3, 2, 1, or strings E, B, G. So I'll get this. Nice little addition to the what was just a pause before. So if I come from the start again. So again, just one more time because I was a bit unclear about that. That A strum, D string, thumb, A string, thumb, and then the E, the B, and the G. Okay. We're going to come back to that B7 shape we had for a roll, and then a B, okay? This bit you already know, so I'm not going to show you again. I'll play it exactly as we learnt it before. Okay, there you go. So that's how that. You want to hear it one more time? No? Yeah? I'll do it anyway, because obviously I can't hear you. So, here we go. Alright, so one final part. Middle section. Big stretches in this. This is probably the most difficult part. But it's kind of cool. So from where we left off, the previous one, we left off with that E minor, didn't we? Sorry. So we were here. Sorry, we were here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put in, from that pinch, we're going to put in an A and a D. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pinch both these strings at the same time and then do E, B, G. Okay, so that's pinch, A, D, pinch, B, and G. Okay. We're going to move over to a D string. A D string? No, we're not. We're going to move over to a D chord. Okay, and we're going to then pinch the same thing we've just done, but from the D string. That's what I meant. I'll be calling frets Boba Fett's in a second. What am I on about? Okay, so we've got E minor, pinch, D. Then we're going to come to a simple C major chord. Thumb's going to come down to the A string now. We're going to do the same kind of thing again. Okay. But this time we're going to end with the thumb on the D. So it's A and E, B, G, and D. Okay. And then we're going to do open A string with the second finger on the second fret of the E. And then we're going to take the pinky and we're going to slide that from 3 to 5. And then from there, we are going to play the open D with the 3rd fret of the E string. And we're going to do some pull offs like we've done before, so that should be something you can do now. You're going to come back to the 2nd fret with the 1st finger, and then you're going to play the 3rd fret of the B with the 2nd finger. So all in all, that section so far. That should have been 2nd finger, sorry. Then the slide, then the D. Okay, one more time, E minor, D, C, 2nd finger and the open A, slide from 3 to 5 with the pinky, then 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the E with the D, pull off through the 2nd fret to open, 2nd fret of the E, then 3rd fret of the B. I'm going to leave that there as you bring this 1st finger down to the 2nd fret of the E. And you're going to play the E string and then the D string, okay? Then with this little finger, pinky, you're going to go to fret 5 and you're going to play that note and you're going to slide up to fret 7. So that was there. Okay, and when you're there, what you're going to do is you're going to put your 1st finger back on the 3rd fret. So we've got a big stretch here from 3 to 7. And we're going to do that thing again like we did up here. We're going to put that 2nd finger flat in the middle. So if you've got 3, 5 and 5 and 7. And what we're going to do is pinch, A, D, A, E, A, D. So from here, okay, then we're going to move this little finger up to A and then play it but slide back down to fret 5. From 8 to 5, okay? So one more time from that pull off through to open. And then it's on 5, it's the same thing. You're going to put your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the E. Little finger stays on the 5. Now here, because we need to play an open G, we're going to have to do this stretch where we put the 2nd finger on fret 3 of the A and the 3rd finger on fret 3 of the D, whilst maintaining that shape. And what we're going to do is pinch, and then we're going to go A, D, G, D. Okay, so we've gone like this. From here, and it comes back to the A. Pinch, A, D, G, D, A. Okay. From there, we're going to come back to the 3rd fret with the 1st finger on the E string and the 7th fret on the E string up high with the little finger, and you're just going to do a big strum. Okay, it's really nice. From there, we are going to move to how we did an A major before, but we're now going to make it an A minor. So what we do is we replace that 2nd finger with the 1st. So now the 1st finger bars 5, 5 and 5 on the E, B and G, and the 3rd finger plays arched over on the 7th fret of the D. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to put the little finger on fret 8. Okay, and what I do here, I do a strum with my thumb from A over to E, and then I hit the open A again. Okay, So strum, A, E, B and G. Okay. Then I do another strum, and what happens here, we pull that little pinky finger back from 8 into 7. So you might think, why are you barring the E string if you're not playing it? It just makes it a little bit simpler to get into that shape, and it should be something that you're familiar with. I find it more comfortable. Okay. Then from there, we're going to go back to the 8th fret of the E with the little finger, and you're going to slide up to 10. And then we've got this little run here. So what I do here, pinky sliding from 8 to 10, second finger coming back to fret 8, pull off to fret 7, then little finger on the B, fret 10, then first finger on fret 7 of the G. So you've gone 8, pull off to 7, B, 10, first finger fret 7 of the G. Then you're basically putting on a D major shape up here, but you're going to play them individually. That's fret 7 with the second finger of the E, fret 8 of the B with the third finger, and then fret 7 of the G with the first finger. So from the A minor, to that rhythm. Just keep practicing it. And then I hit the open D with the thumb. Quickly shoot that little pinky finger to the 5th fret of the E string, okay? These fingers here stayed the same, by the way. It was 3rd finger, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. You know, just as I explained before, nothing changed. D with the thumb, 5. Then we have that same shape we were doing down here before, but all moved up a string. So we've got the pinky, still fret 5. The first finger is going to fret 1 of the A string, and then the second finger is going to bar across the 3rd fret of the D and the 3rd fret of the G. And you're going to go like this, pinch. So we've done that before, haven't we? Pinch. D, G, D, A, D, G. So I had a bit of a muddle up with my fingers then. So one more time, that's pinch, D, G, D, A, D, G. And then you're going to play the high E. You're going to slide from 5th fret to the 6th fret. Okay. And then from there, we're going to basically go to a major 7th chord. So that's going to be the first finger on the 1st fret of the D string, and the 3rd finger is going to bar flat across the 3 of the G, the 3 of the B, and the 3 of the E, like this. I'm going to do one of those rolls. What we've got is 3 notes, and you are playing them as octaves. So you've got the 2nd fret of the A string with the 1st finger and the open B. You've got the 3rd fret of the E string with the 2nd finger and the open G. And then you've got the 3rd fret of the B string and the open D. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with just the 2nd fret of the A and add the open B in there a little bit, bring it up dynamically. And you're going to move to the next note I gave you with the G, to the D, back to the first one, 2nd, 3rd. So you get, we'll call it B, G, and D. Okay? B, G, D, B, G, D. After that, you are literally going straight back to through that, and then you've got your, the only difference is when I got to the end I played my E minor and then I did harmonics. You think, how do I do that? What I'm doing is I'm taking my first finger and I'm putting it right over the 12th fret wire, not in the fret, right on the wire, the first finger, just touching very lightly, and then with the thumbnail or your thumb I'm picking the string behind it at the same time. I do believe this is called harping, I think. And you can get harmonics no matter what fret you're playing. Obviously when you put the capo on, the frets change. So here we've got E minor, okay, and that's it. Literally, all you need to do now is get yourself a lightsaber, like I did, turn it on, and trash the camera. But I've already done that, and I like my camera. And if I trash it, I won't be able to do any more videos. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and you learnt a lot. If you struggled with anything and you think I could improve, this is my first one. Try not to hate me, don't be too hard, just subscribe, comment, and let me know. And I'd love to see what happens and how you get on with learning it with me. So upload your take on it as well. Have fun. May the force be with you.